What was I going to do? Oh yeah, a bit of logic for combo stuff. So there's a few different ways you can do it again. So let's make a chip for it. And we'll have on there a node, which means that's like a little nub of for an input. And we can plug that into square, and then we can just use that node value in here. So now let's just make a quick animation. That'll do. So that's one step, and we'll have the others be exactly the same, but make the hand glow different colours. Let's go for just a simple one where it will do that one. Next time you punch, it will do that one. Next time you punch, it will do that one. So a selector sends a signal out of one of many channels, and you can tell it which channel to send out of. So if I change it to channel C, it will only send out of channel C and won't send out of channel A. So only one of these will be powered by this selector. But at the start, we want to change it onto one of we don't want it to power this at the start, so we'll change it to, we'll use this to power it. So that the first time you press square, it'll power that and stuff will happen. And we'll also move this on like that. For testing, I will add a switch to plug in there, and then I can play time and just use that. I can do that. So I'm going to send a pulse thing. So from B, when this first turns on, it'll set it to use the A channel. Like that. And then it will just not affect anything anyway. So first time you punch the square, it does the first one, second time and third time, and then it will loop round again. But as you can see, it kind of lets the next one start playing in the middle. So first we need to make sure these always play from the start to the end, so you put it onto once mode, which means when it starts getting powered, it will go to the start and then play to the end, even if it gets unpowered halfway through. We'll also make it so that no more signals come through this. So I'll have a keyframe. There are lots of different ways to do that. I'll use a keyframe to turn off the port so that it just won't allow new button presses through. So when a gadget like this is hanging off the end and this timeline is powered, then this gadget hanging off the end will still be powered until you move on to the next timeline or whatever. So if you tap R2 on here, it will just go to the end of the timeline, or I'll go like that, there you go, so that it stops blocking the next press. Turn this, make this false possession. Right, so I press square, I'll keep on pressing square, and it will wait until the previous one's ended before doing the next one. Oh yeah, if you hold square, then it'll let each one through, which isn't what you want for a button mashing combo. So we'll use a signal manipulator in custom remapper mode, or just in pulse mode actually. So that will mean when you start holding square, then it will send a pulse, but it won't send a pulse later on, kind of thing. So if we make that one turn off, then when it turns on again, that will think it's a new start of a new signal and send a pulse. That's not what we want. If we turn this off, and this is still sending a signal, then when it turns on again, it will say, oh, it's a new signal, and send another pulse, which isn't what we want. We want to catch it after the pulse. So we'll make another node and set it to no ports, so it just goes through. Put that through there. Oh, like that. and then these keyframes will turn that one off. So now if I hold it, it won't do anything, because I have to start a new button press after the previous combo has ended. Here we're going to make it start from the start every time, and kind of queue up how many times you pressed it. So yeah, so what we're going to use is a counter, and this will count how many times we've pressed it while the combo has been playing. So to a maximum of 3. Oh, I'll just use a switch to plug into there so we can just play time. So as we press it, then it goes up like that. So then we've stored up how many parts of the combo we want to play, and then it's just a case of playing that many combos. So what I'd do actually is probably do it a crazy way, where you put all the combos on one timeline. And that one there. So I'll just line up the ends like that. And then I'll make it do some logic when we get to at the end of a combo to reset everything, if that's the correct number. So a cool thing with the selector is you can send it a number, which is the active port. So if I have a value slider, 0 is A, so if you plug it in, it will be on A, and then 1 is B, and so on, going up like that. So we can send it a value, like from here, from the current count into here. The reason I'm doing it like this instead of straight into going next on here is because this will loop around to the start, whereas the counter won't. And this only needs 3. Right, so then on here, we want to, first let's set up the resetting logic. So let's have a switch that resets that, and then we'll have a keyframe that turns on that switch. So then if we put that on the timeline, and we play time, when it gets to that point, it turns on that switch. So if we add to that, we just set that to 1, and then we play time. When it gets to there, that will turn on and reset the counter like that. But we only want this one to be on if we've only gotten to the first thing. So we can click on, we can take a wire from B and plug that into the keyframe, which will be on the keyframe's power. So now only if we've pressed square once will it reset at that point. If we've pressed square twice, then it will happen for the others as well. So if you look at that, it doesn't flash on the first one, and it does flash on the other ones. So now we can do the same for the others. So it won't go for any of them now because yeah, we haven't set it going. So to get it to actually play, we want it to only play if we've done at least one. So we want a little mini selector that turns on the timeline. And then when we want to reset from here, let's put this down there. When we want to reset it, because one of these keyframes is tripped, we'll just turn off the timeline like that. Yeah, so it stops there. So we want it to reset if we every time. So if we plug that in there as well, so it'll turn on and reset it in the same time. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so now if we press square twice, it plays the first two and stops. If we do it 3 times, then it plays all three. If we just do it once, then it just does the first one. And you can do more advanced things to have them blend better and whatnot. For now, I'm just going to add a little gap so you don't see the start of the next one. Yeah, it's better. And that. I'd like to thank Kolwitzer, Creator4983, VGA Port Authority, and all of my other supporters for making this tutorial possible. Check out TAPgiles.com to find out how you can support me in helping Dreams creators. Thanks for your consideration, and I'll see you in the next one.